I am like so close to canceling this podcast because I'm like, this man has to explain to me.
Spoiler alert!
You were like,
for Blue Eye Samurai.
You said episode 5 is like a 10, and then like an 8, an 8, and then like a 2 for the finale.
Yeah, I thought the finale tanked.
That's wild. Welcome back to Recommendations Required, a podcast where two best friends try to find their next obsession, and maybe so will you. I'm Ryan Mione.
And I'm Glenn Brown.
And we're here with episode 29. You know, every time I say it, the intro now, it's like I'm worried that I'm going to make a mistake. And I was thinking while I was saying, I'm like, do I want to add anything? Do we just, but no, just keep it classics for now. Maybe we'll introduce some fresh.
We can't handle that much change.
I was gonna say there's already so many moving parts to this podcast, and there really doesn't need to be. It was just Thanksgiving. But I think this comes out like a little bit after Christmas? Sometime in December?
I think this might be like Jan 1. This might be a little into January. I'm not sure. No, I think this is going to be December 28th. I think what it was. It was like just after Christmas.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So you guys get to hear Glenn's review of Klaus. Christmas is over, but I got to tell you, I'm feeling the Christmas vibes. There's some snow on the ground.
Yeah.
The lights are up. I'm feeling jolly.
I just put up my lights.
You just put it on. Did you get it before the snowfall?
Yeah, see, the last 2 years, we didn't have lights because the snow came down before I got on the roof, and I have a metal roof in some parts, and that's just no good. Nope. I don't want to die.
I feel like that's a Midwestern party foul, getting your lights in.
Yeah, so I got them in early this year. They're up there before the snow. I did it.
The most boring small talk on a podcast right now. All right, let's jump into it.
Okay.
You have some reviewing to do. You have a opener for me, though.
I do have an opener. Are you ready?
I don't know. Let's see. Last time I felt really inadequate on my knowledge of directors, so I'm worried that we're going down the same path.
No. Ryan, welcome back to the Name the Game game.
Yes!
Welcome back.
Yes. Okay. I'm pumped. I'm ready now.
I am your host, Glenn Brown.
Oh, that's it.
Input music here.
Song.
Well, yeah, we'll need some theme music. We need to start doing theme music for segments. We'll figure it out. Do it in post. I mean, you'll do it in post.
Yeah, let's say what it is. One little thing I want to throw in. I've been playing way more Wingspan lately.
Yeah.
Got the family into it. Jackie's officially into it. We did some 1v1. I was like,
liking it?
This is great. It's good. It's just so good.
Loving it.
Super happy with it. But all right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Do you want to explain the name?
I'm going to explain. The name of the game. I'll explain the rules again. So we've only done this once before. But essentially I have, I'm going to give you 3 hints that progressively give away more information as to what board game I am talking about. And each hint is going to be a quote from the rule book of that game.
Yep.
So it's often going to be some kind of rule, and they'll start vague and get more specific, and we'll see if you can get the board game. You get 1 guess per each hint. We'll see if you can get in 3. They're all board games. Okay. I have 3 games today.
3. Okay.
Last time we did Catan, Dead of Winter, and Risk.
Got it.
To give you reference points. I will not be doing any repeats.
Okay, so no repeats.
There's no repeats. Catan, Dead of Winter, and Risk will not be in the drawing this time. Are you ready for your first game?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Rule 1. Each player chooses 1 token to represent him or her while traveling around the board.
Monopoly.
It is Monopoly right off the bat. Okay.
I had such a feeling in me. I'm like, one of these is definitely going to be Monopoly.
Wow. Right. I mean, right out the gate. Okay, man. We might rip through these if you're going to just get them on the first try.
The smallest opener.
Okay.
One thing as well. Did you play when you would play Monopoly like as a family ever?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
What was your theme? Because I don't know anyone that just played the original Monopoly. I feel like everyone had like a theme.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what was your theme? We had multiple. Was
themes. One of them Disney?
No, we did not have a Disney Monopoly.
Okay.
My sister was super into horses, so we had a horseopoly.
Cool.
That was all equestrian themed. And then one year we got my dad an NFL themed Monopoly where you're like buying the NFL teams. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
We had a dinosaur one.
A dinosaur one.
Yeah, that was my big one. I like remember it so clearly.
Did you know that the Monopoly's on the comeback? They have Monopoly. Monopoly Go is like an app, like an online version of Monopoly that's like, I think it's like a long form game where like you're constantly playing against people in like a different version of Monopoly is my understanding of it.
As long as that's not
I'm literally
like
hearing ads for it. That's how back it is.
So
okay, well, I'm getting a little worried these are going to be too easy. But we're gonna keep powering through. I actually have 4 hints for this. The last one really, I think all of these
gives it away.
Might give it away. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Rule number 1: at the end of each round, discard any remaining face-up cards and replenish them with new cards.
Read it back again.
At the end of each round, discard any remaining face-up cards and replenish them with new cards.
Are all of these board games that I can buy? Like it's not like a card game with a normal pack of cards.
Correct.
Like
correct.
They're all like
these are all staple branded, boxed board games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Face up cards. It's so hard because I'm going to classics now, and I'm like, Pandemic.
It is not Pandemic. Okay. That's rule 1 down. Okay, I'll get you with one of these hopefully.
I feel like I failed this already
because you didn't get it in one.
I didn't get all of them on the first one.
Okay. Ready for rule 2?
Let's give it to me.
Okay. As you draw face-up cards, they are not immediately refilled. Instead, wait until the end of your turn before refilling empty spaces.
Oh my gosh, I have nothing for this.
Okay, I'm glad I'm stumping you with this one.
Face-up cards. Okay.
You want it one more time?
Wait. Read that line again.
As you draw face-up cards, they are not immediately refilled. Instead, wait until the end of your turn before refilling empty spaces.
Is it Wingspan?
It is Wingspan.
Damn
you got it. I thought you were going to get it in one because we were just talking about Wingspan.
No.
Yeah.
Dang it. All right.
I thought you were going to get it in one. Yeah. The next one was when the action cube reaches the far left, leave it there. Your turn is over.
That probably would have given it away, but that's like a good clue though. Like it's
yep. And then the last one is choose a habitat on your player mat. Okay, yeah, that's gonna give it away. Okay, you ready for the last one?
Let's give it to me.
Okay, so this one I also have 4 hints for. Once again, the last one is like dead giveaway.
Total giveaway. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I literally almost read the name of the game. And I stopped myself last second. Okay. Whew. Okay. Rule number 1. Only one piece can occupy a square. I can't make it too easy right off the bat. So
I know. Only one piece can occupy the square. This is This is a wild shot in the dark.
Okay.
Is it chess?
It is not chess.
Okay.
It is not chess.
Okay.
Not a bad guess, though. Not a bad guess. Okay. Rule number 2.
Don't give me encouragement, Glenn.
Okay. Rule number 2. Pieces cannot move diagonally, jump other pieces, or move into an occupied space unless attacking.
Checkers?
It is not checkers. It is not checkers.
Can't move diagonally. It's not Risk. It can't be Root.
Do you want hint number 3?
So. Yeah.
You only get one guess per hint.
I know.
So I can't say if it's root or not.
I know.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Set up your armies in accordance with the strategy and movement rules established on page 4 and 5.
Root.
It is not root.
Wait. No, I don't know this one.
Okay, you got.
Wait, set up. Hold on. Don't give me the third one yet. I'm not gonna guess.
You're on your fourth one.
I'm in the fourth one. Yeah. They can't tack.
I will give you an extra guess on hint 3 since the fourth one does give it away. You want roll 3 one more time?
No, I just can't for the life of me. I want to, like, the other game I was thinking is Strategy. Is that one where it's like you see your tokens, like, but the other player doesn't see them, and you have to guess what they are? Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, never mind. All right, let's hear it. Fourth one. When a miner strikes a bomb, that bomb is defused and removed from the game. I still have no idea right now.
Still no idea. Okay.
When a miner?
You may not know this game, I guess.
When a miner hits a bomb. This isn't Minesweeper, is it?
No.
That's not a board game.
It's not
That's a
Minesweeper.
game. Well, hold on. Because I've already lost. When a miner hits... I don't know any game with a miner.
When a miner strikes a bomb...
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, I was messing with you. It is called Stratego.
Stratego! Dang it!
Yes, and it is when you get to look at your pieces and can't see the other ones and you're trying to capture the flag.
So I was right. I was not right, but like
you were on the track, yeah.
I was on the right track.
Yeah.
I haven't played that game in so long.
So it was a deep pull. That's a
good one.
But I had Monopoly and Wingspan up front, so I thought I deserved a deep pull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had the Star Wars version of that one.
Oh, there's a Star Wars version?
That was very fun.
Wow.
Like Jedi
okay.
Stuff.
Gotcha.
Is that a good game? I can't remember. I remember liking it, but I feel like if I were to go and play it now, like, this is really dumb.
I returned to it like a couple years ago, and it's still a good game. The strategy isn't like real heavy, but it's still like a fun casual game. Yeah, I think it's a good one. Stratego. Yeah.
What a dumb name for a game.
I had just always assumed it meant something, but I don't know what it means.
I'm going to say it's made up.
But yeah.
Okay, Glenn, I have to yell at you. Do you want to be yelled at? Do you want to be yelled at after or before the review?
Just give it to me now. I can't wait now. Just yell at me.
I finished Blue Eye Samurai.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Yes. So
you need to fill everyone in on the conversation you and I had off air about the
Okay. So last week we talked about Blue Eye Samurai, and you'd only gotten a few episodes in, and I didn't want to say this on the episode and like break up the flow of our discussion, but I had finished Blue Eye Samurai, and I thought that the show peaked at episode 5, which is where there's like a Japanese puppet theater mixed into the episode. Yep. And I thought the show kind of dipped after that and crashed in the finale. I hated the finale. I thought it was horrible.
So dumb.
I thought it fell apart.
You are so dumb. I am like so close to canceling this podcast because I'm like, this man has to explain to me.
Spoiler alert!
You were like,
for Blue Eye Samurai.
You said episode 5 is like a 10, and then like an 8, an 8, and then like a 2 for the finale.
Yeah, I thought the finale tanked.
That's wild. That's so wild. I was like, because here's the thing for it. I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm watching the finale. We're gonna spoil this.
Yeah, so spoiler alerts for Blue Eye Samurai.
You've had so long to watch it.
You had an extra week.
yeah, exactly. So
extra 2 weeks.
Basically, I'm watching the ending.
Yeah,
It's this big build up. People are getting off, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, what is going to be the thing for Glenn?
Yeah,
that really crashes this episode.
Yeah,
and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and it's like nothing. I'm like, oh, cool, that's a cool character development. Oh, wow, like what a testament to the technology and what that would have felt like. And wow, this is really interesting. And like they're using the guns and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then the ending happens, and I'm like, this man-child. If the issue with this show is that it ends on this like quote unquote cliffhanger, I'm done. I'm
fine with the cliffhanger.
Okay.
There's going to be a season 2. I mean, of course there's a cliffhanger.
Well, that's what I was like so confused about, because you're like, the ending is the worst part. And then it gets to the end, I'm like, she's going to go to England and she's going to, and she's going to chase this guy down. It's going to be really interesting, dynamic shift, and like, super down for that. And I was like, how are they supposed to end the show? How are they supposed to end this season? So I was getting so mad. And everyone was talking to it. They were like, it's like, oh, I finished Blue Eye Samurai. And they're like, wasn't it so good? Didn't it end awesome? I'm like, yeah. And you know who didn't like it? Glenn. So I need to know what stupid opinion you have on the end of this episode. Because I'm
not going to make it through this episode.
I was like waiting, because I think here's the thing. I think episode 5 was really, really solid. But it took a new, cool, creative tension. But I didn't feel like it went down after that. It just felt like every episode brought some sort of new element and was playing into something.
Sure.
And I felt like coherently it told the story really well.
Okay, to be fair, I said 10, 8, 8, 2. 8s are still good.
That's fair. That's
5
fair.
is just my favorite. 5 is just my favorite.
You need to get to the 2.
6 and 7 were still good. Not like peak of my favorite part of the show, but still good.
I can't even begin to wrap
Episode
my head
8, man, was just, I don't know. Okay, you want details? You want details?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me.
Okay.
I need to know why you're wrong.
Okay, I don't even know if I need to justify myself to you. You're coming in pretty hot here.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot.
Okay, so Blue Eye Samurai.
I gave this a perfect rating, and I want to bump it. I might want to bump it down 1 point, but all right, let's hear. Hear.
So, I'm forgetting her name now. Is it?
I don't know any of their names.
Miku. I think it's Miku. Whatever. Okay. The samurai, the Blue Eye Samurai. Eventually reaches the capital at which the climax of the story is going to take place. She is going there because her main adversary is going to march on this capital with an army of people with guns.
Yeah.
Onto a city that does not have this technology.
Yeah.
She just cares about killing this one guy, doesn't really care about the conflict that's happening, war, big picture wise. Some of the other tertiary side characters do care about this war. Yep. So they are trying to warn the emperor in the capital that the shonen, that this invading army is coming with guns. Okay, fine. It turns out that the like people who are running this empire kind of brought this on themselves by trading with this guy in the first place, and there's been meddling, and then it turns out that one of the main characters' dad is actually in on this plot, and basically everything's going to hell. Cool. Totally on board up to this point.
So far, this is like 70% of the episode.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm good up to this point.
Whatever happens in the next 30%.
Okay. Then we get to the point where he basically just marches into this town unopposed. He has an army of people with guns.
Yeah, like they're doing all these tactics that just totally don't work.
They are untouchable. A bunch of samurai walk out onto the bridge to like protect this main palace, and they just get mowed down by guns. It's guns.
Yep.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So they basically just walk in this place. Fine.
One note there. Didn't you kind of feel the castle was like a little empty?
It did. It felt a little empty.
I wasn't sure if that was a budget cut thing or they were just like, hey, they're all up in these areas.
Yeah, I assumed it was kind of a budgeting thing. It's a lot of people to animate that kind of thing. Yeah. But
it didn't bother me too much. But
my main thing was like, okay, how is this gonna end? Because like they all have guns. Like it's over. Like there's nothing you can do about this invading army. It's not going to happen. Like she might be able to squeak in and kill this guy. Yeah. But like this town's done. Like
yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know. So like this kind of conflict is going on, and they're fighting inside this main temple, and the Blue-Eye Samurai essentially at some point is the main villain basically just guns down at most of the people in charge, just starts shooting people.
That scene is so good.
It is a very good scene. And then the Blue-Eye Samurai intervenes, I think, at some point, and gets in an altercation with the main villain while everyone's trying to escape. She does not have a sword for some reason, if I recall. She left her sword. She left her really good sword behind with the blacksmith.
Shattered.
It got shattered. She left it behind to get repaired. So she
definitely has a sword.
Doesn't have a sword for some reason. I'm like, there's swords everywhere. Why don't you have a sword for one? She ends up using like an improvised weapon, I think. Right, yeah, please pull it up. I think she's using an improvised weapon for a majority of this fight. And then
Glenn has so far explained 98% of the episode. So I'm like, what?
Okay. I'm getting to it right now. Okay. During this fight, she knocks a lamp over to like set fire to the room to give like some tactical advantage here, right? To fighting this guy. He is a good fighter. They're pretty evenly matched. This is a tough fight. And she sets fire to this room, right? And then like a couple beats go by, and suddenly the entire city is just on fire. Like
so dumb.
That is the reason like the gunmen are being stopped, is like the entire palace is on fire, and then someone closes a door and traps all the gunmen in there, and they all burn to death. And then it like later on it like cuts back, and the entire city is on fire.
Yeah.
Within the span of like 10 minutes. And I'm like, what? Like what? Like it just skipped to like suddenly the whole town's on fire. All the gunmen are dead in this fire. It just felt like such like a cop out for like this thing that they had established of like, well, the city has fallen to these gunmen. Just kidding. The whole thing's on fire and they're all dead. And I'm like, wait, what? Like that. You couldn't like at least establish some like shots of like the fire spreading. Oh no. And like people are running away. Like it was just like suddenly the gunmen are dealt with. Everything's on fire. I was like, okay. And then I was getting pissed this whole fight because like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a sword for a lot of this fight, which is kind of her main thing. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, he has an army of people with guns. Like, why is she not just getting shot? Like, there's guns everywhere. Like, why does he not have a gun on him to just shoot her? Like, the practicality of this fight is you're losing me on this. And then it gets to the point where, like, She finally like beats him. Ryan is giving up on me. She finally beats him in this fight, and he's like, "Oh, I have information on where you can find the other two white men. Like they're in London, and you'll never be able to find them without me." And blah 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 blah. Yep. So she ends up sparing this dude so that she can use him for information to go find these guys. And I was like, "What? That is like so out of character for her." Like, I feel like her character would literally be like, I am a super badass person with extreme determination. I don't need you to find anyone. I can find anyone I want because I'm an insanely badass person. I'm just going to kill you. Like, I was so mad that I'm so mad that she didn't kill this dude. I was so pissed. And then not bad. Okay. You got to that point and I'm like, I'm not loving the way this is going. And then it cuts to her on a ship with this dude, like captive.
Yeah.
And they are sailing off to London. Yeah. And I was so disappointed.
Why?
I was like, you had this arc of learning that maybe you need to rely on people. Like you are turning and you made friends and you had this sidekick that is helping you. Like you had this character arc of her realizing that like other people might be valuable to her and they have saved her life on several occasions at this point. And she's just like, I don't need the blacksmith. I don't need the guy that's helping me. I don't need this other samurai. I don't need my sword. It. I'm just leaving it all behind. And somehow I magically have this ship now that's sailing me to London. And I was like, what just happened? You just left everything behind, magically have a ship, and you're going to London. And I'm like, I loved the scenery we were in. Why are we going to London? What is happening?
I knew it.
Why are we going to London?
So here's the thing, viewers. Glenn is being a child. And he's stomping his feet.
No.
Because he can't stay in Japan, and he's stomping his feet because it wasn't a happy ending, and like it's just the whole the whole show.
I know it's not gonna be a happy ending. It's gruesome.
You need to shut up. I'm so mad at you. The whole show is building up to revenge, right? It's this. She's playing with this side of, I want to kill whoever and whatever made me and made me this way because I'm a demon. I'm all these things. Yeah. And she's constantly walking this line of she's a samurai. She's not a samurai. Honor, dishonor, letting revenge take her, make it. And then there's the turning point where Ringo is like, you're no samurai.
Yes.
And you're kind of waiting for her to wake up to that reality and turn.
Sure.
But she doesn't. And she is literally diving headfirst into revenge and is alienating herself from everyone she knows emotionally and physically. Yeah. And I don't understand. Like, that's character development. They're not saying, hey, it's the end of the season. Here's the little wrap up. Here's the nice little tidy bow. It's like, no, relationships are broken. The city's burnt down. Like, everything's in chaos and we're leaving it. And it's like, she started that fire. Like, she was the one that has now basically sent an entire country into civil unrest because she just basically not let the guy die. Like, she didn't kill him, but she,
it would have been in civil unrest if the guy had taken over.
Yeah, exactly. But there's this piece where you're like, she did start the fire, and yes, that technically killed all the guys with the guns. But you're kind of going like,
it also burnt down the entire city.
It also burnt down the entire city, and like everyone's
she
leaving.
is a demon, a monster that destroys everything in her path.
But then there's the thing too, where it's like
she destroys everything in her path except the person she's trying to kill.
Okay, so that's my point. Is you would think, like, I think the anime way of doing things would be, nope, I'm gonna kill you, and by the pure power of will, I will find these men and I will kill them.
I mean,
and
that's her character, yes.
No, that's not her character. She's extremely calculated about everything. When she meets the guy who ends up being the one-armed dude and like tries to get her in the barrel, she's super tactical. Like she's always about revenge, but it's not out of blind fury. Like it's not like she's going in to kill these people, but she's extremely tactical. And he says, I live loudly. Like they don't live loudly.
Yeah.
And if you put yourself into that perspective and you're not going, well, I know how the world works. It's like you're in Japan. That's been your entire world for your entire life. And someone goes, hey, I actually have all of my bastards in those cages, those people you killed.
Yeah.
Those are all the ones that I knew about.
Yeah.
I doubt you're probably my kid. And like he could be lying.
Sure.
But then there's also this piece where it's like, for her to go, well, I'll find them and kill him and go, I've never been outside of Japan. I don't know what the world's like. Like she's so set on getting revenge on the person who really wants it that she's willing to use the person. Like you're thinking revenge from like just anime bullshit perspective of like, I have to destroy everything and like revenge. It's like, it's such a more realistic human like idea of revenge.
Okay. To be fair, I think I am more upset that was the direction the writers decided to go in.
No, I'm so excited.
Like I'm more upset that they decided to go in, oh, she now needs to keep this guy alive because he has information, and like I'm sorry, I do not want to go to London. Why are we going to London?
Oh my gosh.
You set up this really cool like environment that this whole story is happening in. It feels like Tarzan 1, cool, we're in the jungle. This is awesome. Cool stuff is happening. Tarzan 2, we're going to London. Like what? It feels like a gimmick. Like why? You have all these cool characters and all this setup in Japan, and like it'd be cool to see the civil unrest that this causes and how that's going to affect your journey and stuff.
And they might still do that, and I get that perspective, but I'm also like, she's also going to visit the country that's going to be full of people with the distinguishing feature that she's called out for. So now I'm like, okay, she's heading to like the land of the demons basically to kill her father. And then now it's like, how is she going to be alienated there? Yeah, I mean, like in from their perspective, like they call all the white people like white demons. Like, so I'm just kind of like, I get it. I really like the setting. I don't think they're done with Japan, but I'm like, I'm really interested because now it's like she's going to probably need to play a game of revenge that she doesn't know anymore.
Okay.
It's not just taking the samurai sword and going in. There's going to be... I just like...
Well, now she's going to a country with technology and guns. So, yeah.
Exactly. So
I mean, then, all of her skills are useless at this point.
Not all... Oh, my gosh. I just like... It makes me so mad because it's such a cool concept and they're giving it the just a sprinkle of nuance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you spit it out and you're like, no... I want my comfortable TV show where everything happens in the same place and you need to resolve things with Ringo. Everything needs to be fun. And I'm like, no, this is like a show that's doing something new and different. Like, why can't we have that? We have so many TV shows that are just the blind rage revenge arc of I'm going to kill everything in my path. And going, hey, if you kill me, it'll literally be impossible to find the 3 other guys that you're looking for. And she's like, that's a really good point. Okay. And you're like, no. By the will inside, like there's nothing supernatural about this show.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Just different
different
things for different people, I guess. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know.
That makes me so mad.
Okay. Well,
I need a second.
I mean, I'm still excited for season 2. I want to keep watching the show because so much of the show was so good to me. I loved so much of it. I really didn't like the last 10 minutes of the finale pretty much. Like,
so like
from my memory, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from my memory, the last major fight with this dude is like a fist fight. It's like a brawl. She doesn't even have a sword.
I don't get why that's an issue.
Like everything cool up to this point has been her with a sword. Like that's the coolest part of the show. And it's like finale, just kidding. No more sword.
I think he pulls out a knife.
I think there's a knife involved. It was just like all the coolest parts of the show was like the samurai with the sword. Like that's the thing we're doing here. And then it's like, just kidding, we're boxing now.
But oh no, she does. No, she has a knife. Yeah, she definitely has a sword.
Like there's like okay, to get back to her being a tactical, calculating person. Your best weapon in combat is a katana. And you're not going to find a katana to bring to this fight? Like, I understand your really good one is broken, but I guarantee you can find another katana somewhere.
No, she has one of those spears.
She has a spear. Okay.
That spear thing that the guy's like, this
you know
is
what
the
I'm
best
saying?
against.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my top
saying.
skill is with a katana, and I'm just not going to have one going into the most important fight of my life. Though,
if she has the katana and they're going to hand, she wins.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, all the drama from the scene is gone.
He has a gun.
No, he doesn't have a gun through that whole fight.
I mean, give him a gun.
No, but that's one shot, and then it's like you missed. You're dead now. It's not like it's it's not like an M16.
Or like okay. Disarm her in some way. It is crazy to me. She doesn't
disarm her.
She doesn't bring a katana to the fight.
She brings the thing that her husband was specifically like, this is the best weapon when you're outnumbered.
Okay. That's fine. I think we need to move on. I don't. This is gonna end well. This is gonna end the podcast. Okay. I'm still excited for season 2. I loved a majority of the show. I loved literally 98% of the show. I just wasn't a huge fan of it.
I just don't understand how that last, not even 2%, was like tanked the episode that much.
It's the finale.
I get the soldiers with the fire a little bit.
It's the finale.
To be fair, there was a whole scene surrounded by it. I'm like, are you looking for too much of a bow on stuff?
No, I'm fine with a cliffhanger. There were so many things happening in that episode that I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
I
don't know.
I was like waiting for through the whole episode to be like, where does Glenn get kicked off of this?
Ryan, we're a half an hour in. We're supposed to be. We haven't even gotten to the review yet. We're supposed to be talking about Klaus.
This guy heated so much more. That's fine. All right, we'll let bygones be bygones.
Blue Eye Samurai was last week or last episode. We'll talk about it again.
I had to bring it up.
No, you had to bring it up. That's fair. I didn't tell you to finish the whole series last time. That's my fault. So that's why we're here. But
now we're doing a gear shift.
Maybe we're gonna gear shift. Christmas movie. Okay.
Like, the whole ending, there was no samurai. None of them had blades at the end of the fight scenes.
So Klaus.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm here.
Are we good to switch tones? Okay.
Maybe.
Last week you gave me Klaus. You gave me a Christmas movie. It was a
Christmas movie.
Nice little shift in our sort of lineup here. Should I just get into it?
Yeah, I don't know if there was. I don't know why I recommended this one. I think one, because of the holidays, and then two, the animation style.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed, and while it's different than Blue Eye Samurai, there are some kind of similarities with this.
A little bit
3-dimensional drawn look.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll just let you. You don't have. We don't have to jump into the plot unless it's specifically.
Yeah, I don't.
To it, but like. Yeah.
I'll touch on some plot points, but we don't have to I don't have to recap the whole thing, I don't think. But yeah, this movie's great. why are people not talking about this movie? This movie's awesome.
This is my point.
This movie's awesome. This is an underdog movie. If you have not seen this movie, it's on Netflix. Just go watch this movie. It's great.
Would you not say top 10 Christmas movies?
Oh, easily. This might be my favorite Christmas movie. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I was like, I finished it and I was like, let's watch this again.
Yeah.
What? This is awesome.
It's so good.
Like I could definitely see this being a staple every year. I'm coming back to this movie.
Exactly.
It's so good. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Not to touch on Blue Eye Samurai again.
Oh my God.
On this sort of subject. But you know that one, I talked about how in Blue Eye Samurai, they have like the Kill Bill theme song that comes in.
Yep.
And that really pulled me out. They did it like 2 more times in the show. And I was just like, I don't know if I like this. Like it was like at one point, like a rock song.
Okay.
And I was curious how you felt about the Klaus scene where there's like a song played in it that is very.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Unless it didn't pull you out.
I don't recall a song pulling me out.
Okay.
So maybe you got to pull up that song that you're thinking of.
I know what scene it is, but
what scene is it?
It's when like the bully is like, "Where's my present?" And then he's like, "Oh, like Santa like has a list," and it's like this kind of like
yep.
Like kind of beat like rap.
Yeah, I don't remember a song pulling me out.
And I remember going like, this would be a standalone. I don't know. That stuff really matters to me.
Yeah, I guess so.
It really pulls me out.
I don't really notice it that much.
Okay.
But yeah, this movie's great. The animation style is obviously amazing. What I loved about the animation is that it felt nostalgic. Like,
yes.
Like it made me feel like I was watching a Christmas movie from my childhood.
Yeah.
But without the like jankiness of actually watching something from your childhood. Like it gave me that nostalgia, but also was like updated and clean and crisp and interesting. And yeah, the animation style was great. I don't know what you call this animation style. I mean, it's a little bit of like that like 3D painted CGI kind of look.
Yeah.
But it's so bright and colorful and like dramatic where it needs to be, but then it's like so dull and like subdued when it's supposed to be like they're just playing with it on so many good levels. Yes. Yeah. Like they have this town that's like really bleak and boring and gross and cold, and it's like almost everything turns black and white. It's just so dreary, But then in the like colorful parts where you have these characters like coming to life, it just like brightens up so much, and it's gorgeous. Yeah, it was so good. When I started watching this movie and like, you're getting into the plot and the story a little bit, I was like, how are we getting to Christmas here? Like, I was like, where is this going? Like, I was like,
and it so naturally takes that shift.
Yeah. You like almost don't realize it's about the origin of Christmas until it like gets to the end, like it walks you in so slowly and like with such a tender hand. It just gets you in there. It's great.
It is.
But yeah, I loved the character arcs in the show, or in the movie. Like so many of the characters have great arcs. I specifically have a fondness for
J.K. Simmons.
I don't what?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. I mean, yeah, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
I mean, great voice actor.
It was weird when you started punching him to a pulp. The main character,
What?
I'm just making it.
Never mind. An Invincible reference?
Yeah, I was making an Invincible reference.
Okay. That does not happen in this movie.
No.
God. So off track today. But I have this like extreme fondness for setting up the origin of a very specific thing in like a very like fun and cute way. Like
Got it.
there's so many, obviously so many examples in this movie, but like the scene you just brought up, like the naughty and nice list. Like it comes into the story organically where you have this naughty kid who wants a present. So like off the dome, he is like, well, Santa actually has a list and there's like good and bad. And like, I just love that little like, oh, that's where that came from. You know, like when you're buying into it and you're getting the origin of something and it like seems so like organic and natural. And then it's like, oh, like, that's so fun how like that could become the naughty and nice list that everyone knows. Or like the like town over from this town who like lives in the ice end up like coming and helping as like the workshop people. And kind of become the elves in a way. And they wear like these super vibrant, colorful red clothing. And they eventually like make him clothing, and I'm like, oh, that's where the red suit comes from.
Toy,
you know,
and like he's a toy maker, and then how did he get into that? It's just heartbreaking. It's just it's all
I just love that like they took so much like time and love and care into putting in these little pieces that form the Santa you know today. You know that kind of thing. I just love that for some reason, and it's like.
It's like lore building. Like
it's that lore building of like a lore that's so established and you already know, but they're coming up with really fun, creative ways to like build that, you know? It's not just, I don't know, Santa decided to put on a red suit because he likes red, you know? But it's like, no, this like town came over and that's their colors. And, you know, you're like getting such like depth to the origin. That's just so good. Yeah. I love it so much.
And they do in such small layers that it's not like, and this is how this showed. I don't know. It felt like such a nice.
It's like subtle baby
progression.
Steps. Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you liked it this much. I mean, I'm not surprised because I think it's great, but
I loved it. Like I am no joke going to watch this movie every year. It's great. It's so
great.
Good.
Yeah, I remember watching it going, why have I never heard about this film?
Yeah.
And then just watch it we watch it every year.
Netflix should be like still advertising this movie of like, you need to come to our platform because we have the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
It's so good. Yeah. And I watched it with Holly. She loved it too. Yeah. I mean, definitely going to be a staple for us. Anything
that you're like, you know, I didn't like that. That didn't work.
I'm honestly, I don't think so.
This episode went from so heated,
so contentious. You know how we were talking about how there's two types of episodes. There's the hot episodes and just the cozy episodes. This is
those combined.
The crashing of those two episodes put into one. That is what this episode is.
Going like, I love that thing. I loved it too.
Yeah. But yeah, I like literally even nothing. I don't have anything to argue about with this movie. But even like the villains of this movie, I love that they're not just like straight evil. They're like, we just have this very traditional way of doing things, and it has to be that way because that's the way we do things.
Differences, and they don't really know why they started fighting, but here they are.
Very like Hatfields McCoys kind of thing, and Yeah, and I actually really liked. Okay, spoiler alert for the ending, but I really loved the ending of this movie.
The ending's so good.
It's so good because it like
I get chills thinking about it. I don't know what it is. Like
it's just
maybe I'm just a sucker for Christmas movies, but like there's something about that line, and once a year I get to see my friend.
Yes.
I
just got chills.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that line at that moment. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. It's so heartwarming and sad at the same time. It's just, it's beautiful. And
then
like,
it brings it as this like, hey, there is something that happens once a year.
Yeah.
Like there's, I wouldn't say that there's like magic in here, but there's just this like hint of mysticism
at the end,
but also like around his wife,
a little bit,
the wind and the gosh, it's just. I think the thing too. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just like there was something that was like so fundamentally different about the ending compared to like, I don't know, like the Santa Claus, you know, where it's like, oh, we took this human and he like magically transforms into Santa and now he's just immortal for some reason, I guess, you know, like it felt like such a nice,
which it is basically that
it kind of, but like it's more of like he passes away and it's like more of like an angelic kind of figure to some degree. Of like a magical
that montage of him getting older and he's like,
oh man,
he grows the mustache out and then the kids and and you're just like, it's just all of it. It's just
I just thought it was the perfect final step into the Santa lore, you know. You know what I mean? Like it's the perfect like finisher of like now they're Santa, you know,
so
and it's magical.
Blue Eye
and beautiful
Samurai was a horrible ending. This was like peak ending.
Other end of the spectrum,
this
peak ending.
Ending.
This is what a finale should be.
Yeah, you're like, where was Santa? Santa's
Blue Eye Samurai
spirit in Blue Eye Samurai.
And somehow we have connected these two media properties.
Yeah. It's like you haven't seen Klaus. You're like, what is this show's ending? I don't understand this. I feel like the thing with Klaus is like they set out to hit a tone and it was just a bullseye of a bullseye. Like it was just hit it 100% on the head.
Yeah.
It honestly makes other
like,
Christmas movies look just trash.
Yeah, it does.
You watch it and you're like, this is a good movie. Like I would be a psychopath if I watched this outside of Christmas, but like it's also just a good movie.
It's just great. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
yeah dude. Highly recommend rating. Man, I'm honestly extremely tempted to go 10 out of 10. Or I guess 32 out of 32 teeth. I think you know what? It's holidays. I'm like Christmas generosity. 32 out of 32. Let's go. It's a great movie. Great. Everyone should watch it. Check it out.
Incredible.
It's great. You got a mom phrase for me?
Ryan signing up.
What? What? That's not how this works.
All right.
We need a mom phrase. We need a break. We need a recommendation. We got so much more to go, my man.
So much more to this episode.
So much more to go.
Aren't you glad they used the SD card with more space on it?
I am. Yes. We are at 52 minutes, my man.
Okay. So 32 teeth.
32 teeth.
Claws. Perfect holiday film.
Yes. Of course.
I would honestly say like, oh my gosh, hold on.
It is the best Christmas movie I've seen.
Find a better Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Like I dare you.
I challenge you. Yeah. We're gonna get loads of emails now.
Yeah, this is gonna be the thing that people email us
yes.
about.
Okay.
Maybe we'll both get wrecked this time on social media.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll see.
Okay. We did Of the Same Ilk.
Yep.
He Looks Wily.
Yep.
Nothing to Sneeze At.
Yep.
One of classic.
I have to say, I am noticing these phrases now.
Who said nothing to sneeze at?
Like I don't like I'll be watching a movie or a TV show or something and I'll be like, ooh, that was a Mrs. Mion phrase right there.
Mrs. Mion phrase. Okay, wait. I'm pulling this one up before I say it.
Like I literally just watched something where someone said I'm all thumbs today. And I can't remember what it was, but
so okay, sorry. There we go. Okay, so the mom phrase today is sticky wicket.
Sticky wicket. I've definitely heard that before, and I have no idea what it means.
I have no idea what it is, so I looked it up. Is a metaphor used to describe a difficult situation. It originated as a term of difficult circumstance in the sport of cricket, caused by damp and soft wicket.
A wicket and cricket. Okay. So it's a difficult situation.
So that's a sticky wicket.
I think the wicket is like the thing you're trying to hit with the ball, I think. It's
caused by damp and soft wicket. Oh.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of wooden...
Not the bat.
No, it's like a bunch of wooden planks that you're trying to hit the ball into, I think.
You're trying to hit with the ball.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. I know nothing about cricket. You can tell me You can tell me anything, and I believe you right now.
So there's this rocket ship.
Yeah. To me, it feels like used in the same way that you say like you're in a pickle.
Yeah, you're in a sticky situation.
That's a sticky wicket.
That's a sticky wicket.
Which I've
that's
never
got to be like
heard.
Australian or India maybe or something like that. It's just not American or something.
English has cricket.
England has cricket. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Sticky wicket. Love it.
That's a wild one. I think I've only heard her say that once.
Okay. Well,
so
it's on the list.
It's a rare
It's on the list.
Sticky wicket. All right, Glenn.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
Okay. You ready? I am so excited about this recommendation.
Okay.
It has been on my list since we started this podcast. And I haven't
finished it.
I just haven't gotten around to even starting it.
Video game?
It is a video game. And this is possibly the most excited I've been about a recommendation, and I really hope you have not played it. Okay. Don't give me that face.
I'm so nervous for you. I'm so nervous.
It's not on your Steam list, so fingers crossed. Okay, this video game is called Inscription.
I don't even know if I've heard of that.
Oh, hell yeah, my man. Okay, Inscription.
It's like, I've beaten it. No.
No. Okay. This game is awesome. You're going to love it. This is so you. This is like peak Ryan game right here. Okay. The concept of this game is it is a deck building card game and a horror game.
Oh, so funny. I was just looking at this game today.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are sitting at a table with some kind of entity playing a card game. And the best thing is there's a little bit of magic vibe in here. You're like throwing down like woodland creatures.
Okay.
To like fight against your opponent's creatures. So there's a little bit of like that power toughness sort of thing going on. And like if there's nothing to block it, there's like 4 slots and like you have to have creatures like next to each other in the slot, like lined up to be able to like block with them. And if you're in like an open slot, it like goes through. But it starts off so simple. Like you are laying down animals, you are sacrificing animals for bigger animals, and you're hitting the person. It's like a scale thing where it's the first person to be up by 5 wins. So like maybe I hit and I do 2, but then he hits and he does 3. Now he's up 1 on me, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's like cancel scoring almost.
Kind of like tennis a little bit, where you need to be up by like 2 points in order to win.
Yeah. Yep. So you basically need to be up by 5 to win. But this game is amazing at it doesn't tell you the rules very much. Like it gives you just enough information to get you going, and then relies on you intuiting what you're supposed to do. So it's a lot of show don't tell. You're not reading rule books. We love that. It'll like show you a symbol and tell you what that symbol means, and then you have to figure out how to use it. Oh,
interesting.
And things will just happen where like the deity will kind of I don't want to say break the rules, but he'll just suddenly instigate a new rule, and you need to adapt to that really fast.
That's really, really interesting. And it's single player?
It's single player game. Yep.
Okay.
But it is pushing you to adapt just over and over and over again. And suddenly you are playing a very, very complex strategy game and you didn't even know it. Like it just walks you in so well. And then there's like, the vibe of this game is great. You're like kind of in a cabin that's like spooky, and you can hear like spooky sounds happening around you. And at some points you like get up from the table and you can walk around the cabin and like find things. And then like I
have no way of like categorizing. It's already downloaded.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm so excited for you to play this game. I think you're going to love it.
I'm very, very intrigued.
But yeah, if you are into any sort of like strategy games or strategy card games, especially, I mean, you have to check out this game. It's so good at this strategy of a game, and yeah.
The atmosphere and tone of it seems really interesting.
It is
I'm
great.
very, very intrigued to see this.
It is very good. Yeah. And it's like I said, go ahead.
Anything I need to know before going in that you think I might get snagged on, and then do I have to beat it in order, do you think, to give a good review?
No, I don't think I would say when I was going into it, I was very determined to never lose. Like I was like, I need to be top-notch strategy at all points of this game. But the game is really not designed for you to be on your game 100% of the time.
Got it.
You know, like there are going to be some points where it's just luck of the draw. You're just outmatched. Like, I mean, just like a Magic game. Sometimes you just draw bad and it's just not going to work out for you. And other times you'll draw so good that you'll just win around in one turn. But like, that's fine. And like, I felt like I was going to get hung up on the pacing for a couple of reasons I don't want to divulge.
Okay.
But as soon as the game feels like maybe like I've been here before, I know how to beat this, like I'm definitely going to win this match like handily, the game, the deity will be like, I know when I've been beat, we can just call it. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. I don't have to like walk through all these steps. I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just like, we get it. Let's just keep moving. Let's keep the pace up, you know? So like, I felt like I was approaching like, oh, this feels like it might slow down. And then it just like free reined me and just kept me going, which was great. So like, I would say like, don't get hung up on like trying to be perfect or like trying to win every single match, or like, if it feels like it's slowing down a little bit, like it'll start giving you some leeway there. And then what was your second question?
Do I need to finish the game?
Do you need to finish the game? I don't think you need to finish the game.
Okay.
I think, man, I'm gonna forget now, but I think when I looked it up, the like runtime in this game is like 12 hours, I think, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So it's definitely manageable if you want to go ahead and beat it.
I think
I think I'm close. I haven't quite beat it yet. But I think, I mean, just get, the matches are like pretty quick. So it's going to sound like I'm saying a lot, but if you do like 20 matches, you're going to like get it, you know, or at least get to a point where you're like standing up from the table and like some interesting things start to happen.
Okay. I think I'm going to try and beat it though. Yeah.
I think it'd be great if you can beat it. We'll have a lot more to talk about, but
okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this one.
Very
but I'm very worried though, because literally the streak of this podcast has been, if I come in cold,
I know.
It's great, and then if I come in really excited, you hate it for some reason.
I do have to say your game recommendations are pretty
tight,
pretty locked in, pretty tight.
I think so. I think I got this one. I think I got this one.
Yeah, you've been on a very good streak lately.
I have been. I'm a little worried because now I want to keep that streak going.
To show you how good of a streak you are, I'm angry because you didn't think the thing you recommended was as good as I thought it was.
That's very true. Very true. Yeah.
Very interesting dynamic there. But okay, I'm definitely gonna. Oh wait, I need to. Inscription. So interesting. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was just like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, if you're looking for this game, it is on Steam. I believe it's on Switch. I feel like this would be a really good Switch game. I actually wish I got it on Switch. Just because, I mean, it's like not very like graphics intensive.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's a card game, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I feel like this would be a great like on the go kind of game. You can get into a match in like 5 minutes, like play a match and get out.
Yeah.
So I feel like this would be an awesome Switch game. Unfortunately I did buy it on Steam, so I'm kind of locked into my laptop, but it's still great. Yeah, and it's Inscription with a Y instead of an I.
Yes.
Is the spelling.
Yeah,
and it's got like an orange with like a creepy face on the front if you're looking for it.
It gives the first, like the title frame gives me like Five Nights at Freddy vibes.
Oh, that's
weirdly enough. I don't know why. I don't think it's
not the vibe.
No, I don't think so. But
no. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna try Inscription. Give it a review. I'm gonna try to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be my goal. So
okay.
We'll see.
And then next episode is episode 30, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And maybe in person. I think we said we were gonna try and do.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be great to do.
Be in the studio for episode 30.
Yes,
So
please.
if you're watching video, look forward to that. We'll be in the same place. In the actual studio.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of a little line across splitting us up. Anything before we go?
I don't think so. Maybe just thank you for listening. If you're listening to this or watching it, thanks. We appreciate it. Would love to get some recommendations still. If people want to send stuff in, that'd be great.
Please, if you could send one so I don't have to come up with one next week, that'd be great.
I was running dry there for a while, but now I got like 5 locked and loaded. I'm like really set to go. But I know I've been talking to some friends and family that are probably going to write some stuff in, so hopefully we get some write-ins and that'll be fun. But yeah, recommendations required at gmail.com if you want to email us a rec.
Please do.
Yeah.
I think
that's it for me.
Cool. I'm Ryan signing off.
I'm Glenn signing off.
Night to F3. We'll see you in 2 weeks.